In section 0.1, we're going to talk about geometry formulas. The first shape we have right here is a square. You have to know that the variable s stands for side length. Over here we have a rectangle. You have to know that L stands for the length of the rectangle and W stands for the width of the rectangle. Our next shape is a triangle. You need to know that B stands for the base of the triangle and H stands for the height of the triangle. The height of a triangle will always be next to the perpendicular line that forms the right angle. We have a circle here. The blue line represents the diameter, or the distance all the way across the circle through the center. And the red line there, the radius, goes from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle. Now we're going to talk about perimeter. The perimeter of the figure is the distance around the figure. The perimeter of a circle is called the circumference. So any figure besides a circle, the distance around it's the perimeter. The perimeter, or the distance around a circle, is called the circumference. Now we're going to have some formulas to find the perimeter of squares and rectangles and the circumference of circles. The first formula to find the perimeter of a square is you multiply 4, or the number of sides on a square, times the side length. To find the perimeter of the rectangle, you're going to multiply 2 times the length of the rectangle plus 2 times the width of the rectangle. Now, a circle is going to be circumference, so we have circumference equals, there's two ways to find it. You can do pi times the diameter, or if they give you a radius, you can do 2 times pi times the radius. It says to find the perimeter of each figure. So the first shape here is a rectangle, so I'm going to write the formula down. Perimeter equals 2L plus 2W. And on the next step, I'm going to say perimeter equals 2 times, notice 8 here is the length, so I'm going to put an 8 in there, plus 2 times the width is 4, so I'm going to put a 4 there. Now by the order of operations, we're going to multiply first. So I'm going to multiply those and I get perimeter equals 16 plus 8. And finally perimeter equals 24. Remember it's a distance, so we're going to have a label of meters. The next shape is a triangle. There's no formula to find the perimeter of a triangle. So to find the perimeter of a triangle, you're just going to add up all the sides. So I'm going to do 4 plus 5 plus 7. Okay, 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 7 is 16. Remember, perimeter is a distance, so you need a label, and it is just in feet. Now we're going to talk about the area of figures. The area of a figure is the number of square units needed to cover the figure. Okay, and we have 4 formulas with this. To find the area of a square, you're going to do the side length raised to the second power. To find the area of a triangle, you're going to do 1/2 base times height. To find the area of a rectangle, you're going to multiply the length times the width. To find the area of a circle, you're going to multiply pi times radius squared. Now we're going to find the area of each figure. The first shape's a rectangle, so the area formula for a rectangle is area equals length times width. So I say area equals, the length is 9 right here, so I'm going to do 9 times the width right there is 4. So I get area equals 9 times 4 is 36. I need a label. It's centimeters squared for area. With area, the label is always squared. This figure is a circle, so I'm going to say area equals pi r squared. area equals pi, we're going to use 3.14 for pi, times the radius is 6 to the second. Now by the order of operation, we are going to do the exponent first. So remember, 6 to the second really means 6 times 6, which is 36, times that 3.14 is still there. To finish up, I need to multiply 3.14 times 36, and the answer to that is going to be 113 4/100ths. And then I need a label. The area is always squared, so I have meters squared. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the coordinate plane. The main points we're going to talk about on the coordinate plane here are the origin. That right there where the two number lines meet each other is called the origin. Okay, and the origin has the ordered pair of 0, 0. Now the next important thing we're going to talk about right here, this number line is called the x-axis. May also be called the horizontal axis. Right here, this is the y-axis, also known as the vertical axis. Okay, now you're going to be given ordered pairs like this, except instead of having x and y, you're going to have numbers in there. The first number is called the x-coordinate. When that x-coordinate is positive, you are going to move to the right. Okay, when the x-coordinate is negative, you're going to move to the left. Okay, now when the y-coordinate is positive, you are going to move up. And when the y-coordinate's negative, you are going to move down. Okay. Now, the directions here say graph each point in the coordinate plane. So we need to remember that the x-coordinate tells us left or right. Since it's negative, we need to go left 3, and then the second coordinate is a positive 4. Since it's positive, we need to go up 4. So for letter D, I'm going to start in the middle here, and then I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3 to the left, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my answer. I'm going to get rid of the little dots I drew. You don't have to draw the little dots. You can count over. Now and I have to remember to label that point D. Now I need to do point G. So notice it's a 0. Remember, the first number tells us to move left or right. Since the first number is a 0, I'm not going to go anywhere. So you don't have to write no, but I'm going to write no to remember I go nowhere. Remember, the second number tells us up or down, so that means I need to go up 2. So I'm going to start in the middle again, and I need to go nowhere, left or right, and I just need to go up 1, up 2. So there's my point, and that point is G. Okay, I'm going to erase my dot there so I'm not confused. And finally, I need to do point S here is the first number is positive, so that means I'm going to go right 2. The second number's negative, and the second number tells us up or down, so I'm going to go down 3. So I need to start at the origin or the middle and go right 2, down 3. So I need to start in the middle there, and I'm going to go right 1, 2, and then down 1, 2, 3. So right there, and I'm going to label that point S, and I'm going to erase my work here. Don't forget the letters as the labels. If you use the letters as the labels, you can just use one graph to graph all your points. Alright, now it says use the graph below and write an ordered pair to describe the location of each point. We just need to write the ordered pair. So it's going to look something like this, and the ordered pair of that one's going to look something like this. Remember, the first number is going to tell us right or left. The second number is either going to tell us up or down. Okay, left and down are negative. So for point B, I'm going to start in the middle, and I'm going to go over to the left 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went to the left 4, so that's going to be a negative 4. And now, even though I kind of have it mashed up there, we're just going to go down 1. Since I went down, it's going to be negative. So the ordered pair of point B is going to be left 4, or negative 4, and then down 1, which is negative 1. Okay. Now we are going to do point D. Okay, so point D, I'm going to start in the middle there again, and I'm just going to go right 1. So that's just going to be a positive 1. And then I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3. That's a positive 3. Remember, your right or left movement goes first. So I went right 1. So that's a positive 1. I went up 3. So for the y coordinate, it is a positive 3.